squared CB. Now, what I will do, obviously I need to get rid of these two lines, this section here, right? I will get rid of these two sections. But instead of me going and trying to reinvent the wheel, I will use the answer to A squared. And the answer to A squared is 116, -8, -7. And then I will put the C, which is -2, 3, 6, 7. And then I'll put the B, which is -5, 0, 3, 2. So I'll put that there. Okay? I will work out these two first because that's the CB. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the 1, the 16, the -8, and the -7 because I already know that that's the multiplication of the first section, which is A squared. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work with the 2 at the back. So I'm going to have -2 times -5 plus 3 times 3. That's going to be the first element. Then -2 times 0 plus 3 times 2. That's going to be the second element. Then 6 times -5 plus 7 times 3. That's going to be the third element. And lastly, 6 times 0 plus 7 times 2. That's my fourth element. So the first part, nothing is going to happen to it yet. So in my next part, 1, 16, -8, -7, that continues. And now I continue working this part. Negative and a negative is a positive. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 3 times 3, that's 9. So that will give me my first element. 0 times any number, be positive or negative, is always 0. Plus 3 times 2 is 6. So that will give me my second element. 6 times -3, that's going to be -30. Plus 3 times, 7 times 3, sorry, is 21. That's going to be my third element. 6 times 0 is 0. Plus 7 times 2, that's 14. So that will give me my fourth element. So, we're getting to where we want to be. So now, we'll get the values that we will use for the final multiplication. So that is the A squared. Now the CB will be 10 and 9, that's 19. 0 and 6, that's 6. -30 plus 21, that's going to be -9 because the larger one is negative. And 0 plus 14 is 14. So now this is what I will need to multiply to get my final answer. So I begin. 1 times 19 plus 16 times -9. You know that's going to be a large number. 1 times 6 plus 16 times 14. That's the second element. -9, -8 sorry, times 19 plus -7 times -9. That's my third element. And then my final element is going to be -8 times 6 plus -7 times 14 as my final element. So this will produce my answer, but as we said before, it's going to be a lot bigger numbers than the usual that we looked at before. So 1 times 19 is 19 minus, because a positive times a negative is a negative. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 1 is 9 and 4 is 14. So 19 minus 144 will give me my first answer, first element answer. Then 1 times 6 is 6 plus, so I'm gonna need some rough work here. 16 times 14. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4 and 2 is 6. And I'm going to add 16 to that. So 4, 12, and 2. So 224. Wow, that's very big. And then we have to multiply the rest. So negative times a positive is a negative. 8 times 7 is 72. 8 times 1 is 8 and 7 is 15. So 152. Negative times a negative is a positive. 7 times 9, I believe, is 63, if I recall correctly. Then negative 8 times positive 6, that's negative 48, if I recall. And then negative 7 times 14, that's going to be a negative. 7 times 4 is 28. And 7 and 2 is 9. So all of these numbers are incredibly large. Huge. All right? So we will have some very big numbers here. So my final result, obviously this will be a negative. 4 minus 9 cannot go, but I borrow. 14 minus 9 is going to be 5. 3 minus 1 is 2, and 1, so negative 125 is my first element answer. 6 plus 224, that's going to be 230, which is correct, which is going to be, again, another big number. A negative and a positive, but the larger one is negative, so I'm going to have a negative answer. So 2 minus 3 cannot go, but 12 minus 3 is 9. 4 minus 6 cannot go, but 14 minus 6 is 8, so it's negative 89. Then, both of them are negative, so I will have to add them. 8 and 8 is 16, and 9 and 1 is 10, and 4 is 14. So it's going to be my final answer then, A squared CB is equal to the matrix negative 125, 230, negative 89, and negative 146. All right? So that is going to be my final result for these